talking cheating scandals, drunken nights, and modeling contracts on the 90 Day Fiancé after show. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Honey came in and she caught me red-handed, creepy with the girl next door. Picture this, we were both butt naked,
Yes.
on the bathroom.
Right?
Hey, AfterBuzzers, and welcome back to the 90 Day Fiancé after show. Tonight we're discussing part 2 of episode 17 and episode 18. But before we begin, I'm Stacey Olivas. You can catch me all over social media at Stacey Olivas, and I want to introduce you to my awesome co-host.
Hi guys, Linda Antwi here. You can find me at Linda So Girly all over social media. And I just want to say this show, jam-packed.
I just have to say, Nicole, girl, you know you're wrong, okay? You guys can find me on Instagram at Alex Bowers with 2 S's and on Twitter at Hey Alex Bowers.
What's up, everybody? I am Keith Andre here. You can follow me all over social media at Keith_Andre. Listen, these episodes get more, and there's just not enough time.
The drama, it's
so
keeps
good.
going. Keeps us on the edge of our seats. Every episode, I'm like,
I love
what
every
just happened?
minute of
And,
it.
and then every time you think, no, this can't be,
It does.
And more
Yeah.
just keeps happening.
Right.
Like Elizabeth and Andre. So Andre is really concerned about, and Elizabeth, about getting the K1 visa. And we, last episode, to episode 17, we figured that out. She's like drilling him, quizzing him, what the lawyer's going to say, or whoever's going to test him, how it's all going to happen. And they're just both nervous. But what did you guys think about that? And
How that all played out.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think he should have gotten the visa. I think not just for drama purposes, because that would have made a good conversation, but he didn't deserve it, I don't think.
Why? Why don't you think so?
I mean, he overstayed 6 months. Why would
Right.
you let someone come back? I mean, I'm here for her. I want her to, have love and enjoy it. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It was anticlimactic for me because for 2-3 episodes, we hadn't met him. We were talking about all this visa drama, and he's not going to get it. He overstayed, like you said. And then all of a sudden, he just walks in and he's like, I got it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Right.
What did they ask you?
Yeah.
I
How did you
agree.
get it?
I agree
Did you
with you
lie?
there.
Like, what's going on?
And I think especially because, like you said, this is one of the couples that we've seen the least, and it's just been so much anticipation, adding on it and wondering what's going to happen. And then even seeing him from the second part of last week, where she wanted to quiz him up or she wanted to prep, and he just was unwilling to answer the question. We still don't know why you overstayed your
Right.
welcome.
Yes.
And so just not knowing what went on in the interview room, it leaves you as a viewer okay, well, did they just make this happen?
Right.
Because I felt that I did not think that he was going to get it
And they
at
don't
all.
even discuss it.
Mhm.
Let's just celebrate. Well, if it was me, and think about it, if it was you and your significant other, wouldn't you be like, well, what did they ask you? What did they say? What did she wear? All
What'd
of that
you do?
stuff.
What was your answer?
Yeah,
What was your
Right.
answer?
I would want to know the whole
The whole
entire
thing.
process.
Exactly.
I
But
did-
in this whole relationship, it's just a bunch of gaps. We don't know a lot about
It's
the couple.
secretive, huh?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out more once he meets her dad and brothers. But as of now, we really don't know much about Andre.
And I don't think that we'll find out too much more because he's very secluded and aware. He's
True.
abrasive, he's defensive, and he doesn't really let his guard down. And we saw that last week. I thought it was really cute though, seeing how much oh baby, and how much when they went to the prep interview and he came in and gave her a kiss where she was pretending to be the counselor. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was so
that's
cute.
fun, that's cute, but he's not gonna let up. We're not gonna know his backstory. We won't know much about
What
him.
do you think of when she told him to kiss the interviewers behind?
Oh.
I was going to say it, but
I mean, I
behind.
agreed with what he was saying 100%. No, I'm not about to kiss their behind just to get to the States.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, remember last week we talked about how he might just want her over there anyway with him. So I would have never saw him. He's so rude. I wouldn't see him kissing anyone's butt.
Does she not know her man? That is not his personality.
No.
You know what I
I
mean? Like,
know.
you know your man. You said he's this, he's that, he's this. Does he look like the type that's going to kiss anybody's butt?
No,
Yeah, I
not for a
agree.
visa or anything else.
That's
But I like
exactly.
that. I respect that about him because in that aspect, he doesn't let up in that way either.
Right.
I'm not kissing nobody's tail. I'm not marrying your family. I'm not. No, this is what it's going to be. And he still always lets us know. What did he say? It doesn't matter where you live. It matters who you're living with. So I like that about him. I don't know if it's a cultural difference of him being so like hard or having this exterior. But I think as a viewer, like, we want to know who you are.
He's pretty assertive on like what he wants. And sorry.
No, go ahead.
And that's what I wanted to discuss further with you guys is, you know, he even mentions to her in this episode, the latest episode, episode 18, that he doesn't want her going out partying with her girls, doesn't really want him going out with in the bachelorette party, doesn't want her hitting up the clubs with her sisters, bars, none of that.
Not just that, he's forbid her.
Yeah.
Let's use the word. He forbid her.
I think the language was a bit of an issue.
Oh my God, Keith, that's not an excuse.
I'm on your side. I am on your side.
Listen.
Keith,
You know,
It's always language. Language.
No.
Let me
Can
I
I
get
just
it.
finish this thought?
Yes.
Okay. There was no language barrier. When he took a sip of his beer, turned to her and said, I forbid you. And then he turned to her and said, I'm not talking about this anymore. It's very clear where I stand.
Right.
What part was the barrier?
Listen, listen, I didn't have any problems with that conversation. I felt that he wasn't really trying to listen to her. She had to he was beginning to speak and she was just like, cutting him off. I think that they have a communication issue there, but he tried to explain to her like, oh, the girls' night thing, I get it. It's okay. I didn't mean to make it a forbidden thing. I don't know what word is going to equal, like what word to interchange it with, but I don't think that he means forbidden in the way that it is in the English language.
Well,
and I'm sorry, just to finish up, I may be a bit traditional, but I agree with what he said. You are a grown woman, you're getting married, and you talking about being in the club? No. You want a man?
I agree, but what argument or
What you trying to find?
discussion have they had that she's, I'm not going to say one, but she, you know what I mean? What does she never gets her point across with him. Like, it's talking to a brick wall. He always wins.
Yes, that's true. He always wins. I just need to jump off of what Keith just said because I will not let that go. 'Cause it's not true. So he said, because I really sat and watched and took lots of notes. He said, I don't mind you going out with your sisters.
Right.
I don't mind you going out with your friends for your bachelorette party, but you're going to be home at a certain hour. Is basically what he said.
Or I'm going out too.
Or I'm going with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So he's still forbidding her to go out outside of. And I get that whole I'm traditional and you have no business at the club, but I also think, and I said this last episode, that you still are an individual. You came in as individuals. You should still be allowed to be individuals in your relationship and just enhance each other.
I agree with
All right,
that.
I'm off my tangent.
I think that you can, and I got a rebuttal. I got a follow. I think that you can still be an individual, but when you think of going into marriage and making a union, you do have to take certain considerations. And I feel if he would have introduced a different word other than forbidden, we wouldn't be using it. So I think that we can't get caught up on that because he is from a different country, and the translation that could be difficult.
Stacey, you're falling for that.
I totally agree with you because I don't want my man up in the club or the bar. No.
Who's doing that?
I know,
We're
but if he
too
goes
old.
out, all you have to do is say, if he goes out and he respects you, you don't have to worry about anything. So is she worried or is he worried that she'll
Coming
go out
home the next morning?
and do something? I mean,
Well,
when you
she-
go
she
out,
didn't
it's
say
not
all that.
literally when the sun comes up.
She didn't say all that. Alex, what's our question for?
Yeah, do
We're
you
wrapping
think?
this up. We do not agree, clearly.
Do you think that Andre is too chauvinistic?
Too chauvinistic.
Is he chauvinistic?
100%.
You
Yes, yes, yes.
See, me and Stacey, we are traditional.
No,
girls.
no, and maybe.
maybe
Okay.
because I don't want that happening to me.
Right?
Listen,
Go ahead, you start.
Okay, so I think that, you know, he has this personality type. He is an alpha male. He is super, like, assertive, and he wants to play this role and all of that. So I get it. I think that some of that is impacted by his culture, by his background, by what he does. I think that she likes those things about him. That's why she's still with him. And so for like the dichotomy or the dynamic of their relationship, I don't think he'll be too chauvinistic as long as we haven't, to be fair, we haven't really seen them communicate. We haven't seen a bunch of them together. So I guess it's hard to say if he is just going to be that way. They talked a lot. She talked about a lot about like having a compromise, but at this point, I feel that he's assertive, but he's still like letting you know. You're still getting the affection you need. He's still like reassuring, I want to marry you wherever we are in the world. It's all about you, rah, rah, rah. So
What do you think?
3 words. He's too much. And that's all I have to say. Linda?
I like the fact that he's a manly man, and that's why I said maybe. I think that he has all the qualities of like a great, like, I can take care of my woman. However, I'm a little worried that he might be too controlling. And when she keeps talking about having to be submissive to him, yes, you can be submissive to your husband, but again, like I said 5 seconds ago, you can still be an individual.
I mean, I have to agree with Keith, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think that he's not too domineering, but I can see where I can also agree with you where you can say that can take it really far, where it's like you're not going to see your family anymore. You're not going to have a career. Like, it can get
especially
worse
because she keeps
over time.
bringing it up. So it does
It's
show that
something.
it's going to be an issue for her.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Let's
do
go
this.
on. Okay. You guys, we
Right.
had a lot from Miss Molly and Louise this episode.
So,
And last episode.
yeah.
You know, the family's still not accepting Louise. Olivia is still kind of hesitant
Olivia's doing a little
about-
bit better
I
this
agree.
better.
episode.
I
Like, she
agree.
said that he was her friend, you know, more than stepdad. I mean, I'd rather her say they're friends
Yeah.
than just, I hate him.
And then, you know, I wrote it down because I was like, this is the moment I was like, aw. When the mom's like, you know, I really would love for you to come wedding shopping with me and help me plan the wedding. And she's like, I don't know much about planning weddings, but I'll try.
Yeah.
I was like, she's softening up just a bit, right?
Yep, just a little bit. I like them a lot. I'm team Molly and Luis in a lot of ways seeing this. I really am starting to enjoy him. You know, we got to see, you know, how coming to America is a different experience for all of these people. It's not necessarily what you expect. It's not what you see on TV. And in his situation, he spent a lot of time at home doing nothing or hanging out with Molly's brother. So it was good to see. You know, he's still eager to be with her. He wanted to make sure she had a ring. He wanted to get Olivia's, you know, opinion or perspective about that. So he still wants to be inclusive. He wants to be a family person. He wanted to give her this great proposal. So I like him, and I believe that he is kind of in it for the right reasons.
But now that Olivia is kind of opening up and coming out of her shell, Luis is getting more inappropriate.
Do you okay? Speaking of that, do you think that boundaries were crossed when he brought up sex with her
Hell
boyfriend?
yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Why, Linda?
Because, first of all, they're too similar in age. You're supposed to be the stepdad, but you're not just saying, hey, you know, are you having sex? You're saying, like, are you him?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Are you that is highly inappropriate. You've been there for 3 weeks. Slow your roll.
Now, Keith, what do you have to say about this language
Keith has a
barrier?
lot.
Okay. I think it was inappropriate only because of Molly and her family's background. I think this is another example. We got to see a lot of cultural differences. And this is a prime example of culturally how they speak or how they do things different. I think that he is mindful that he's still trying to win her over. So that's why he is playing more of a friendship role to her. I did like you said, Olivia pointed out that we're closer in age than he is to my mom. So I see him differently. And with that conversation, I still can respect what he said. I don't think he said it the right way. He shouldn't have used those words. He shouldn't have brought it up. But he was trying to make a point because he introduced like, oh, do you want to marry him? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, well, if you don't want to marry him, you don't love him, then this is just something to do. Okay.
But that also shows his age. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how we would all probably talk to our friends. We wouldn't talk like that if we were older to someone that was younger, because we would know that's inappropriate. I don't care, like, where you're from. Like,
I think if you're from a different place, it's not as seen as inappropriate. My best friend is Dominican, like Louise. I've met her whole family. I've been to New Year's. I've kissed everybody on the mouth. Like, and culturally, it's just not as structured, or it's not this big barrier.
No,
I think that they speak to each other in a way that is different. And I don't have a problem with Louise showing his age, because that's who he is, and that's what he brings to their relationship as well.
I think that what my point was that it's his age being young. It's not necessarily about his culture, because I think, like, I'm from a different culture, and things are different everywhere we go. So it wasn't that. My point was that as an adult speaking to someone who's still 17, considered a child, it's inappropriate to talk that way.
But I don't think that's...
Alex, you made a point where you were talking about, like, would you talk to someone, his niece, like that? That's the point. Like, she's still a child.
Right. And a mature adult would have said, well, maybe you're just still getting to know him, but just to say that they're just, having sex or whatever, is that just like your toy? I just think that,
and
that showed his age.
To her,
yeah.
was like, whoa.
Like, regardless of language, she could have said, so you're still getting to know each other.
I get where Keith's coming from, though, in the aspect of, like, it's more open, like, kind of like European
I don't feel
culture,
that it would
like
be inappropriate there. I don't feel that it's an inappropriate conversation if he was talking to his niece that was of that age. I do like about him is that that's how he feels, and it ain't gonna change. She said that throughout, even in their exit interview. She's 17, she can do what she wants with her body. That's just how I feel about it.
But he needs to stop talking about her body, because he's like mentioning that a lot.
Or about sex in general. Anything dealing with sex, just stop.
Yeah, it's naturally uncomfortable, and I think especially in America, an American thing, like, it's super uncomfortable. I was pleased with Molly's reaction to learn. Okay, so just to go back for a second, I did not like that Olivia asked him to keep her secrets, and then she want to run and tell Mama that
she
said this in the garage.
She was saying that to, like, create drama, right?
Yeah.
She was so happy over there, like,
right? She was so pleased. But I liked Molly's reaction to it, like, oh, that's not okay. That's inappropriate. This is something that I don't want you talking about with her. I feel like it does cross a line. It's important to see those differences and from there to work out a role. But I think it's going to be confusing for him, just because Molly keeps saying, like, we're her parents, but you want to be her friend, or she's my friend too. So where do you draw the line?
Yeah, and then even in this episode, she was like, we still don't know what role he's going to play in the family, which I thought was interesting, because then on the flip side, she's saying, oh, but he's not ready to be, like, a father figure.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're not sure, how is he going to be sure?
Exactly.
How is he going to be the one that's like, oh, disciplining? Like, am I the friend? Am I the dad? Am I the husband? Like, what is my role if you don't know what my role is? You know?
So do you think Molly's making the right decision? That's the whole question. And I mean, and is she just making a decision for herself and not for her family?
I think she's doing the best that she can. I think it's a lot to consider. So I don't know what I would do differently, but
well, that brings me to my question.
Can I just
when
say
you're
one
done?
other
Yes.
thing? Because we didn't touch upon it. I just did love the romantic proposal.
I was going to say.
I don't know how we can go move past this couple without talking about the proposal and being at the beach and really seeing that Molly, this is really what she wanted her whole entire life. Like, when she said she was at the beach and was having this picnic, and she's never done this before because no one's ever wanted to do with it. Yeah. It just broke my little heart.
And
then, he gets on the knee and pulls out the ring that he saved in the Dominican Republic and brought over.
Yes.
It was beautiful. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really, really beautiful. Like, that was a special moment. And even when she was talking to camera, you could tell she was, like, still that jitter
about it. Yeah, and I think it was important to see that, because that does show a couple that, okay, we can't, by this point we learn in the couples, we know who they are, and it shows that there is, at the end of the day, this thing where we do want love. Even her expression, she wanted to take him to the beach because realizing how lonesome, or how homesick he was, and then for him to do the proposal, I thought it was a good mesh of, like, who they are and how they really are trying to come together and make this thing work.
We just all want love.
That's it.
Yeah.
So let's pretend that we haven't seen the preview for the next episode.
Okay.
Do you think that Luis's inappropriate behavior and conversations with Molly's daughter is going to come between their relationship.
Between Molly and Louise?
Yes, Molly and Louise.
If he continues on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Why yes?
She's really against it. I mean, she's like, nope, that's just weird. Like, she just thinks it's creepy, weird, all the above. And I think he's very straight and stuck on his ways. Like, oh, well, that's how I'm going to talk. And she could do whatever she wants. Olivia can do whatever she damn well pleases.
Yeah.
I think I
They're
say
pretty
maybe
much set in
because
their ways.
basically, no matter what he does, she can look past. So she'll try to tell him or teach him a lesson, but at the end of the day, it's like, I love him. He loves me.
Just like that.
Her voice,
How she said.
just like that, you know? So, I mean,
I agree with you. I think the only, I totally agree with you. The only thing that I thought in the back of my mind is that if Olivia keeps like digging and creating problems, like running from him to him, like playing like, hey, we're friends, we're cool, and then you say something to me and I say, Mom, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
then I think that might be the problem because the mom's going to have to side with Olivia.
I agree.
Right,
And
so
I think, yeah, and I think that, you know, she can look past the behavior for now because she does love him. But to Stacey's point, this is something that she is adamant about that she does not want. She's not comfortable with, and he is adamant about feeling how he feels. So it could very well cause a rift if it is persistent. So we'll see if he changes his behavior or if he's able to control that mouth. Like, just chill out.
yeah.
Talk to Molly.
Seriously.
Or try to get friends with Kinsley again.
Molly's always at
Kinsley's
work.
gone. We didn't even get to see her
Right.
this
She was
episode.
supposed to be at the dinner.
You know, after she said, I hate you.
Yeah.
Right? There's no more. Done with it.
All right.
Well, speaking of little boys and Peter Pan syndrome, Annie and Mr. David. Oh my goodness. He still is broke.
It's so crazy because we started out like really, or I started out really rooting for this couple.
Me too.
Wait, Stacey, he still is broke.
And that ain't gonna change. So
It's not.
we saw from part 2
Of last episode.
of last week that he's super broke, that he borrowed the money from Chris to pay out the bot and to get them to America.
America.
So I just have had it up to here with him. I don't like him. He's a liar.
Go off. Come on. Keep it
He's
coming.
like, it's just not gonna change. He's keeping secret. He's lying about everything.
He's a drunk.
He's an alcoholic. That I feel like that was a big reveal. Like having his friends say that he has this problem. We've talked about it, and even seeing Annie just out there on the streets. Like, I was like, oh my God,
I feel like she's more mature than him.
she is.
Can I just do this? Yes. Yes, Keith. Preach, Keith. Yes.
Right.
Because all that you've been saying is what I said last week and then some. So how can you be broke and an alcoholic and a liar and be a catch? Like, I don't,
Yeah.
what? This poor innocent girl has been so honest and open with you and so trusting. And last week, remember saying, I believe in him. You're believing in a big fat fraud. He's a fraud.
Basically.
I'm so over David. Like, beyond. I was like, you're an alcoholic now, too.
Right.
What more
we
can we add to this?
we really needed something else to go against you. It's crazy. I feel that the alcoholism is a huge concern for Annie. We got to see that and
Yeah.
how uncomfortable it makes her.
scared.
Yeah, just like she was talking to her friend about, like, imagine if I was in America, like away from everybody, how I feel.
She's like, I'd be screwed.
But
And let's get into the daughter and the racist statement that
Comments.
she made.
Yeah. What did you think about that, Alex?
Do you do nails? I mean,
I'm just wondering
it's just
if
like
it's,
jab after jab.
I mean, are
Like, how
all
are you
his
gonna
friends
serve
and
us?
family a little racist? Because first it's like, can you give me a Thai massage? And then can you also cook me Thai food? Oh, by the pool, by the way. And then now the daughter's saying, can you do my nails? Like, what?
Pretty much like Annie, serve us, and we'll
Yeah.
take you to America.
Right.
I
Like,
think
this
it
is your
is. I
side
mean, it's
win.
unfortunate, but if we look at the best thing about 90 Day Fiancé is the cultural aspect, and it does unveil a lot of what goes on in America. And so we get to see how nuanced like race relations can be. Because
Yeah.
when you see it on TV, it's very clear. It's very easy to notice it and to be like, oh my gosh. But in the way we navigate the world, that isn't isn't always the case, and it's something that goes, unmentioned with no consequence. So it was terrible to see, like, that's the question you want to ask somebody. And granted, I feel that she was trying to, take a dig at her only because of the setup, because she was already telling him, I don't know her. Like, okay, hey, girl, I don't know her.
Phantom
I don't know these
Annie.
people. Right.
Yeah.
She's less of a phantom now, but I still don't know her. So I think she was trying to get at her, but it just sucks to treat somebody that way. Annie does not deserve to be in this situation, and I wish she would get out of it.
Yeah.
And can I just also say, when, he hasn't told his family about her being the fiance, not just the girlfriend. And so for him to sit there and video chat and again be a liar, take off the ring and say, oh, I want you to meet my girlfriend, Annie. And then put Annie in that situation. And Annie's trying to make the best of it. Like, hey, yeah, I'll do your nails, all jokey. And then slap her hand down because she has the ring that you gave her, that you proposed to her for.
Yeah.
That
No way.
you just had a joint bachelor and bachelorette party where you got too drunk and she forgave you again. Like,
Right.
why? Where are we with this? Like, David, you suck.
And you're paying all this money.
Yeah.
You're dishing all this money out, and then you're trying to hide her.
Right.
Like, how much more disrespect can you do to someone? Like,
Exactly. And then how, like, you're setting her up for failure.
Basically.
Okay, you're setting her up for your friends and your family not to like her because they don't know anything about her, and then all of a sudden she's here. Oh, by the way, we're engaged.
We're engaged.
You could have told her in the video chat so she had some time to stew and think about it. So her first reaction isn't when she sees you live up in front in person, alone, stranded in America.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Ridiculous.
I don't like that at all. I wonder why. I mean, he keeps trying to excuse it, but I feel like there's got to be something deeper there because who's doing this? And then for Annie, I'm kind of surprised that she's just going along with it because we've seen her be more assertive and like more, grounded and taking ownership of who she is and what she brings to the relationship. So I was a little surprised that it's just going with the flow and she's going to meet them whenever she does.
But do you think that part of it is because she's already done everything? The money's been given. She's introduced them. They've had the festivals in the street that she feels a little...
Like, now it's time.
Now
she
it's
has
time.
To, yeah.
But
True.
she's having doubts, right? Because she's like, I don't know if I'm going to go to America if he keeps being a drunk fool, right?
yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think more secrets are going to be revealed about
Yep.
David?
I
as
cannot
time-
wait. I can't wait for them to get to America just because I'm ready
Yep.
for
His kids are
Pittsburgh
gonna
skeletons
really,
to come out.
yeah,
Yep.
they're gonna let him have it.
Yep.
Okay.
Because like you said last week, he's staying with the friends. If you're kids, you have grown kids and they don't let you stay with them,
Right.
there is something going
Something.
on. What's our question?
Do you think that David is kind of setting her up for failure when it comes to meeting his kids already? It's
100%.
so
he is.
pitiful.
100%.
You don't drop a bomb on someone like that in person.
But you
period.
know what? I think that she'll be able to kind of like to his. He was saying like, oh, I just feel like when they meet her, they're gonna love her. I do feel that she can quote unquote redeem herself, but I think they're gonna be more upset and are more upset with him and his behavior, especially now knowing that he's a drunk, or alcoholic, and
Yeah.
that's the issue. It's him. It's not her. It's him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think if David is so disrespectful towards her and her just well-being, the kids aren't going to respect her, I don't feel like. Unless they just think their dad's a joke.
Yeah, I mean, think
Yeah.
about
They're
it.
like,
If you
oh, why are you with my
They
dad?
probably do.
think about anyone that you care about, if they're hiding someone from you and then all of a sudden spring them, your reaction is going to be like, wait, what? Who? What?
Yeah. What's
That's-
going on?
That's
I wonder if
Starting from
the
behind.
ex-wife will ever like say anything. Do you think?
oh, if they bring that in.
Because
That's
that
gonna get
right
juicy.
there,
It will be a wrap. David is done.
Yeah.
Annie would be back in
Annie is
Thailand,
in Thailand.
Oh, for sure. She's getting out of there.
and there's no refunds for the dowry. It's over.
No,
Sorry.
Well, you guys, speaking of
Over.
betrayal and over and jokes, Azan and Nicole.
Cheetah.
Once a cheater, always a
rocking
cheater.
everywhere. He is just like, this is getting crazy, their relationship. I mean, what did you guys think of Nicole cheating on Azan?
So
First off, it's unacceptable. Sorry.
no, you're fine. I ain't know where. Listen, I think that in this episode we did get to learn like a lot about Azan and who he is as a man, and more of how he may feel about the relationship that he has with her. Nicole, Girl, I just don't even know what would make you want to put yourself in a position if this is what you want so badly. I'm really upset with her. My mom has always said a liar is a cheater is a liar. I don't want nothing to do with neither one of y'all because it's an issue. Like, I couldn't believe that she cheated on him. I couldn't believe that, he would take her back coming from his cultural background. But then when he expressed how she called him a million times and then used May like as this pawn, saying, hey, daddy, in videos to get him back. And knowing that she cheated now, it makes sense, right? Her need to kind of get close to him or wanting to be in the bed with him because she's trying to prove that I can be this woman. But no, I don't want Azan to be with her.
No, and I'm starting to actually care about Azan. Like, he's so sweet. At the beginning, I was like, this dude, he's calling her fat. Like, he's such a loser. But he's actually a really good guy, and we figure out, like, she's the player.
Shocker alert.
Who would think that?
I'm on a roller coaster with this couple. One week I'm like sick of Azan. The next week I'm sick of Nicole. And like this week, Azan, he shined a bit. He looked like he was really trying to be a father figure. He really looked like he was trying to be cool with Nicole. And then Nicole is just, there's so many things wrong with how she is in this relationship.
Yeah.
She has no respect for other people's cultures. She even I know we're going to talk about it in the head and everything, and we all have our own opinions, but whether you like it or not, there's a way to act and react. And spitting something out in front of someone who slaved away, whether you like the food or not, is rude to me.
Yes, Linda.
I think being in someone's home where you're staying and they have to say to you, the kitchen is closed to you now, you truly offended them. Yeah. And even in that, you don't apologize. You don't say like, hey, I'm effed up. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm a picky eater or whatever it is. So that's my first problem with her. My second problem with her is that you're a single mother. Your daughter is under the age of 5. You are a barista, which means, I could be wrong, but it means that you don't make a lot of money, and you're sending him $800, then $500, then $300, but you're living in the church home that is for low income. Like, where are you getting this money from, and are you making the right choices in your life?
Where is she getting the money from?
Who knows?
Maybe we'll find that out.
Who knows? And
you think he's just giving her money? I don't see it.
Her
He
dad?
barely wanted to sponsor Azan.
I'm sure they are. Look at how her family treats her. She gets what she wants out of them for sure. And you know what? I think probably her giving him that money is telling too of the kind of position or role that he's in a relationship. I was just questioning, like, why would he take her back? But also, he's getting this money. Like, life is good. It's a good situation. To your point about the sheep's head, I would have felt, super uncomfortable. But listen, you've been here before. Your man this is his custom. This is his culture. So you should have been readily prepared to behave differently. I would have preferred you just be firm and no, thank you.
Exactly.
I'm not going to eat that. Yeah. But to try something, there's no way you can spit food. That's super rude. There's no coming back from that.
And it was a little
really
bite.
Yeah, and she's trying to win Azan over. And she's trying to win his family over. What are you doing? How are you trying to win them over?
That ain't the way. That ain't the way that's
She
done
must have
it.
big time with his aunt.
Yeah.
First, it was asking if you could stay in the same room.
Which is a different app.
Disrespectful. And then second, spitting out the food. Like, once you chew the food, you swallow the food.
She should have just not done it. And I do see where she got like the pressure from Azan, because he was like, just do it, like just eat, just da 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 da.
Yeah, but saying no, like you said, just saying no thank you, no thank you, no thank you, and being firm in that would have been way better than what she was doing.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's rude and it's disrespectful to somebody
else. And then saying like,
culture.
is it zombie food? Like all of it.
I'm not a zombie.
Yeah.
Outrageous to me. And then can I just touch on the fact that I really feel deep down Azan has resentment towards her, because he talked about how he didn't have a job because of Nicole. Yeah. Because Nicole wants him to have some type of job where he's strapped to the phone 24/7 and call her at her beck and call.
She's needy.
Right? Needy. But he, as a man, he's basically like, I feel better when I can provide. Like, I don't feel good with this. And she's like, oh no, honey, I don't mind.
Right.
I don't mind. I'm like, you know what?
It's not about that.
Exactly.
Right.
But you would think that he'd be able to, because when we met him, we felt, you know, that he was just super strong and this is a cultural thing and he's an alpha male as well. So it's interesting to see the role he is playing. I definitely agree there's resentment there because it comes out in nearly every episode, something that he's doing because Nicole wants him to do it. I don't know how he got himself in a situation like that. I don't know why he's staying in a situation like that. And we definitely got to see like how much control Nicole really has of this whole situation. I didn't realize she had as much as she does.
Who would have thought she was the one to cheat? I don't know.
Man,
I mean, I really thought, really thought that not even just based on, you know, however you look or whatever, but I just thought that this is the man that she wants so badly. She's going to do everything. If that's the case, then why are you looking for a husband in Morocco?
But you know, the problem is, the underlying problem is that she's extra needy.
Yeah.
So if he's not in her face,
Somebody has
by her
to.
hip, then someone has to entertain that need.
Yep.
And it's because he's away. She's back in America, so that's why she's going on dates, taking off her rings. She needs the attention, and that's an underlying problem. Like, that's something she needs to address.
It's a huge issue, and we see that he has trust issues. Like, I don't think they'll get past the trust issues or the cheating. I don't see them.
Speaking of cheating, how many times do you think she cheated on him?
Okay.
2.
2? You think so?
2. I think it was 2.
It is 2.
We know technically they revealed the one, and then the lie came out about her being with the guy. But why would you lie?
Outed. She got
she
outed.
cheated again.
Cheater.
And you know what? I think that it's going to come out.
Oh yeah.
It's
Once
gonna
she gets
come out
back, once
eventually.
they get back to the States, maybe the guy will come back around.
Maybe the guy is her baby daddy.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
maybe she's using, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe she's using her child support to support Azan.
Okay.
Because she's a little selfish. Listen.
Let's go back to episode 1 when the mom said she's like a bull and she bulldozes through everything. We should have taken that seriously.
Yes, because that's her way.
Because I was like,
She's gonna
no,
get
she's
it.
weak.
And clearly
At the
she's
beginning, she
not.
was kind of like weak. And
It's
just
like
like
this-
this naive 22-year-old.
It's this
Man.
faux weak cry manipulation thing. It's how
Yeah.
she uses it to get what she wants out of
Yep.
the
She
situation.
does.
What's our question?
Let's see. Will Nicole cheat again?
Oh.
100%.
I'm gonna say maybe because I feel that because
The
I
benefit of the doubt all
I'm
the
just like,
time.
look at your face. You're like,
because I feel that having them once they get back to America and as long as they're in the same place, she won't have a need to cheat because she can get what she wants when she needs it.
Listen, if you do it once, you'll do it again and again and again and again.
and she's
Like
like
what you said, a
Just
cheater and a
stop.
liar and a liar and a cheater. Once
Yeah.
a cheater and a liar and a liar and a
Always.
cheater, don't want any
Always.
part of that.
Yeah, no
Right.
turning back. I got it.
Guys, whoa, that's a lot with that couple. Moving on though to the Christian couple, David and Evelyn. Okay, they're just going bickering. It's not cheating so much, but like over
Yeah.
tuxedos they're bickering over, and over wedding cakes, and over all this stuff. What did you guys think?
I'm over her.
You're over
Yeah.
her?
He can't win. Like she never just lets up ever. The most she did was the cake.
Yeah, I thought that was
I mean,
cute.
that's not even.
But she
did she
said,
get that?
I don't care about the cake,
Right.
so I'm going to
Yeah.
let him decide.
So it's like, yeah, you can have whatever I don't care about, but
Right.
what I do care about, we're taking this, this, and this. And even though your family and friends are coming, they're gonna have to pay for this, that, and the third. And you know, like his idea during the when they were trying on the tuxedos, his idea of having them just dress all black and him be the main attraction or the star, whatever, that was a good idea, especially if you're trying to save money and they don't have money. They're already spending a lot of money coming out of the country to the U.S. for you. What
Yeah.
more can you ask?
I
What are you
agree. I
thinking,
don't.
Linda?
I am
yeah, go
so upset about these two because remember in the beginning I was really like, ooh, I like them. It's roses. She's terrible. She's selfish. I think that her immaturity is showing. She's creating, in my opinion, wedding traditions that don't exist. Like, how are you gonna buy a wedding cake and just be like, it's only for us, the
Oh, my
bridal
God.
party, and then you all are gonna eat store-bought cake? Thank
From
you for-
Albertsons.
Thank you for traveling 6,000 miles from Albertsons.
Big frosting. That's what you're gonna eat.
That's right.
Thank you for coming across the world to be
world.
with us and to share in our special day. I'm sorry that I said no, you couldn't stay with me or any of my friends or family. But here's some cake.
Store-bought cake for you. Enjoy.
I agree. I don't have too much more to say about them at all. I'm really over them as a couple. I really like him. I really hate her. I think that we did get another peek into like this cultural difference. I thought it was nice to know like him saying how, you know, in my culture, what we would do is my family would take care of it. I thought that would be a really good idea. If I'm really looking to marry somebody outside of my culture and to blend things, that would be super neat to have them come in and stay with us and have this wedding experience.
Yes.
But she's just shooting everything down. She's all about herself, and I hope that he leaves her at the altar.
That's my question.
Can I say one thing before your question?
I'll let you.
Can we always pay attention to their body language? Because their body language sounds to me like they don't like each other at all.
Well, I don't think
do you
he's
see when
attracted
they're like
to her.
this? They're like this. And he's always like, oh.
Yeah, that awkward hug.
Yeah.
Do you think the attraction is like dwindling?
I think he
because-
just feels like he's dealing with a kid.
Yeah, and
like
that-
a bossy kid.
For
That's
sure,
it.
a brat.
Yeah.
It's
Big
definitely
brat.
it's dwindling because when we saw them at the airport, there was much more of a spark. And then when it got to making the wedding announcement, he was like, "You want to walk me out?" There was no hug that night. It was just
You're right.
I'm ready to get out of here.
Yep.
Yes.
So to answer your question,
Do you think they'll make it to the altar? I don't, for some reason.
I want
they're
to
gonna
say
last.
I want to say maybe, but I want to say no. I think if they do make it to the altar, they're not getting married.
I think if they do make it to the altar, it's because he's going to get that green card and keep it pushing.
I don't see them making it. I just feel like when you're in a relationship, like if you can't let them pick some things, you know, at least
There's no compromise.
there's, you know.
At all.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. Just culturally, I think they're two different cultures. I think he's really into it. I can just really relate to him. He's really into his family, and it's hard for other people to understand. Like, mi casa es su casa. You can come in, you can stay with us. We're gonna take care of you. We're loving, caring, nurturing. And I feel like she's like, nope, sorry.
This isn't the way we do it.
Yeah, you're staying with me, and everyone else can go find their own hotels, even though if they can't afford it.
Yeah.
Or they're sitting on the street.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like,
Which is, not very Christian of her.
that's what I'm talking
Where-
about.
Right.
Christian are you just like, no.
Everything.
Do you guys think she's like tells her parents what to do too? Like kind of like
She could because she is the leader of the
sweet.
band, and as long as she's in the band, as long as she's in the band,
Right.
very happy.
And the parents are like, she is the band.
Right.
So the band's coming with me.
And they're just kind of meek and mild, her parents are. So yeah, she probably runs everyone. Because this didn't just happen out of nowhere. Just because I'm planning a wedding, I'm bossy. No,
Right, this is true to her character.
Yes,
Yes.
100%.
True to her
she seems
character for
spoiled.
sure.
I feel like her parents, she runs the show in that household,
Yep.
and I think probably they would let his family stay or whoever stay in his house,
Yeah,
Yeah.
in their house. But
enough of them.
everyone's like, nope.
No, he ready to get off the topic.
Yeah.
He's over there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of superstars or soon-to-be
Oh.
superstars, maybe,
Yeah.
Josh and Ika. Ika came to the U.S. She's
Yes.
here now, and Josh's friend Joe is not having it. What did you guys think about his confrontation with Ika?
I could appreciate his confrontation with her a little bit, only because I feel like when we got to this episode, we still saw him being like super cordial or nice or like a good individual. I don't like them together. I don't want them to get married. I feel like Ika is all concerned with whatever looks American. You know, she's coming with her contacts, and she was like, as long as there's a mall and there's a shopping center, like, this is great. You're going to take care of me. For Josh, he just wants something to show off. He's pushing her into things that she doesn't want to do. So I don't think that I don't see them working well together at all. The only way they're working is that they're fulfilling like parts or things that they want, but not each other. So I don't know. But I was pleased with seeing a friend's response be, I mean, it was a little head buddy, but it still was able to move past it and bring things, you know, like this welcoming American party type of situation.
Well, at first, I would say that I really liked them together. Like at the airport when they were walking out, they just seemed to click automatically. But yes, so now you see like he loves her body and, you know, she's sexy, blah, 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 you know. And then with her, it's just like you said, she just needs him for, you know, whatever's around, whatever she needs, whatever. So like we saw in the preview, I don't want to talk about it yet, but like the ring and like things like that, we're really gonna see like what she's really after, and it's dollar signs in her eyes. And for him, it's just he just thinks she's beautiful, like something to.
It's just infatuated.
Yeah.
With her, you think?
Yeah, I agree with both of you too. I think that it's really a weird relationship because in this relationship, and granted we've seen them the least, but it feels like Josh is like, I have this, and this is what I want. You know, I want her to be hot. I want her to be sexy. I want to walk down the street and men think like I have a sexy fiance. But that has nothing to do with her. Like, you're checking off your list. Do you see what I'm saying? And then she is checking off her list. She's like, I want to come to America. I want to be taken care of. I want to have a baby. I want to have a house. Last episode, I want a car. Like, is this going to be this Jeep, my Jeep, you know? So, again, that's all about her and not about him. So, like, you two, like, what is it? What's the connection? Is it because you think she's hot and she's like, yeah, I get to come to America? Because that's not a relationship.
It's not, but I think it just kind of works for them because they're both fulfilling each other's needs. That they're not even paying attention to like the attraction, but like they'll probably get married just so that like he can say he has a nice wife, looking wife, whatever. And she can say she has all this stuff. You know what I mean?
So do you think there's any love between the two?
No, I just think it's like a you know, hey,
something.
Good job. You know
yeah,
what? This is a
right.
great
and then
deal,
when you go to
yeah.
the, you know, I don't.
The thing is, my concern would be then, after that, you know, first initial 90 days,
Exactly.
all the shiny, I mean, anyone who's been in a relationship for longer than a year, all that shine goes away,
goes away.
right?
Yeah.
And you deal with real life, real drama,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. So I don't know.
I feel that they're both going to start to see the qualities that they don't like about each other. She's already seen that she doesn't like, you know, how pushy he can be, but he's going to see how much she is into money. When she got to the Jeep, she was like, oh, this is our Jeep? I thought you was going to buy me a Porsche.
Yeah,
And then it's going to be like, for her, she wants this family, she wants this American dream, but you are with a man who has roommates.
Right.
So
Do you think he's lying to her that he has money?
I don't
Because
think
she's
he got.
kind of expecting.
I don't think he's saying he has money.
I don't think he's ever said that.
I think that's just in her head.
He's not David.
She's finding
not
a
David.
He's not David, yeah.
What's our question?
Yes.
Does Josh really want Ika only for her looks?
Yes.
Sorry, it took me
Ding,
long to
ding,
get-
ding.
He wanted a model wife.
Quick
Yeah,
and
That's
easy.
what he said. Everybody wants a model wife.
That's all he's interested in.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
he thinks
it.
She's hot. That's it.
That was all 6, right?
Woo, that
Yeah.
we got through it.
Oh my gosh.
So much drama.
These
this
episodes get
Drama.
longer and longer.
And it's 6 couples, so oh my goodness, I'm so glad we got
A
through
lot
that,
going on.
and now we can learn a little bit.
Yeah.
K1 Visa, 90-day AFTERBUZZ love, boo, boo, boo. So we were talking last week with questions. So I want you guys to keep your significant others, or if you don't have one now, one that you've had in the past. They're in the back of your mind,
Yes.
and then I want you to verbally say yes or no whether you'd be able to answer these questions.
Got it.
Viewers, think about these questions. Are you able to answer these questions? First question: your fiance's full entire name.
Yes.
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 Your fiance's ex-spouse's significant other's name.
Ain't no
Wait,
ex-spouse.
ex-
There is no.
So
yeah,
yes.
no.
Or-
There is none.
I said or ex-significant others.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, first name.
I don't
right?
need to know them.
I don't want to know. I don't really care. Leave that in the past.
Okay, let me stop.
Does your fiance have siblings?
Yes.
Do you know their names? Full names?
Yes.
Not cool.
No.
Well, that's a middle.
Okay, so you guys are out. Then
Wait,
do you
I don't
know
full name.
your significant other's siblings, spouses, or significant other's name?
No.
Can we
Yes,
answer
I
these
just had
though?
like a little.
Yeah, you can still answer.
We're
But
just
we've been
stuck in our
rejected.
countries.
You guys are out for just that question.
Right, okay.
Next question. What is your fiance's telephone number?
Yes.
Okay.
Sadly.
Without
I have
yourself.
a number.
No.
Yeah, I know it.
Without
I don't.
yourself.
I don't.
I know
Not
the
yourself?
first. Yeah.
Know the area code.
But wait, home? Who has a home phone?
No, I just said
Just
without
phone.
your cell
Okay,
phone.
okay.
I don't.
Email address.
Yes.
All of them.
Would you be able to? Would you guys be able to answer this questions? What do you two have in common?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you be able to answer how do you picture your life in 5 years? And it would be the same answer as your significant other.
At that time, yeah.
I feel like not to diverge, I feel like I can answer the way that I know that the significant other would like to see it, but
okay.
that's not necessarily the way I see it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Stacey?
Okay, good answer.
That's a hard one. You
Yeah.
have to do like a pre-talk. Like,
Does your pre-talk? Does your fiance have any pets?
No.
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 Do you know if they did? Would you? Well, then let's skip that one. Do you know any of your fiance's friends?
Yes.
Yes.
Where? Listen to this question in its entirety.
Okay.
These are exciting.
Where-
I know, it's so fun.
And when was your fiance born?
No.
Yes.
And
Like-
when?
Like the state?
That's
wh-
where, when. The state, the hospital.
I
the
am
time.
dying
Like
in the
the-
booth for that.
Like you guys, wait, the time, like when or the day, their birthday.
Okay.
So,
Where? Like
I got
what city? What state? What country? Where? And then when is actually the time, not just the date. Like
Right.
The
No.
time?
when
That
they
is
were born.
detailed.
no.
No.
I have a quick question with this process, because we did see with them in Ireland, it's always separate. The
Yes.
other, see,
That's why I'm
scary.
at. That's why I'm asking you guys. It's
Yeah.
separate.
You can't like
Right.
nudge them like.
So we'll
"Oh."
never-
Right.
Does this influence if you get the visa?
This is what we're going through. Yes.
Yeah.
You can't
Like,
get one
no, but you
wrong.
have to answer like it's your
You
score.
need to know the
Right.
answers to these questions.
And we're out because we got one wrong.
No, I'm just saying you were out for that.
for that question.
Oh.
So they're gonna.
Dang, Andre must have been like quizzed on this
That's what
for
I'm
a
thinking,
while.
because he passed the test because
But you guys
That's a lot.
remember, she was quizzing him,
yeah,
Yes.
right? He was taking it nonchalant, but he was taking it in.
he got them notes.
He got
in.
them notes.
She hired herself a lawyer too.
Last question. Would you know and do you know where your significant other went to elementary and high school?
No,
Not
Not
the
those.
names.
right.
those.
No, the state.
So, he said, I know the state. Guys, these are the questions that they're answered. We have more. I have one more group of questions. We'll kick off next week. But
Yeah.
goes to show, how well do you know your significant other? Please let me know. Hashtag 90-day AfterBuzzLove.
Oh my god.
And you guys, we want to keep this conversation going. Tweet us, hit us up all over social media. There's just so much to discuss.
Yeah.
I'm just like ready for the next episode. These last episodes have had me on the edge of my seat.
Jam-packed.
Yes, jam-packed. I'm Stacey Olivas. You can catch me all over social media at Stacey Olivas.
Hi guys, Linda Antwi, and you can follow me anywhere on social media at Linda is So Girly.
Hi guys, Alex Bowers here. You can follow me on Twitter at Hey Alex Bowers.
And of course, I'm Keith Andre. Follow me everywhere at Keith_Andre. And I can't wait until next week.
Next
Right?
week is going to be crazy.
Even more
Yes.
drama.
Yes.
Ugh.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
Later.
Have a great day.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.